Clean sweep for Premier League sides tonight. Tottenham Hotspur 3-0 winners at home to Doncaster Rovers. Job done for the 8 times winners Man City, 2-0 winners at Huddersfield Town. And the holders Newcastle United safely through at home to Bradford City. And as we've just seen here on Sky Sports main event, Eze with his first goal for Arsenal. The Gunners through to round 4, all of which means we are pretty much ready for the draw for this season's 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Before Jamie and Michael get things underway, let's just remind you then of those all-important numbers. Brentford, ball number 1. Brighton, who've scored 12 goals in their 2 ties so far in this year's Cup competition, are ball number 2. 3 is Cardiff City, one of 3 Welsh sides in this 4th round draw. Chelsea, the 5 times winners, are ball number 4. Crystal Palace, the FA Cup holders, number 5. Number 6 are Fulham. Number 7, the story of the League Cup so far, Grimsby Town, and the only side from League 2 left in the competition. Number 8 is the record 10 times winners of the League Cup, last season's finalists, Liverpool. Number 9, Swansea City, the winners back in 2013. Wolverhampton Wanderers are ball number 10. 11 for Wrexham from the Championship. 12 for League 1 Wycombe Wanderers. 13 for the 8 times winners Manchester City. 14 for the holders Newcastle United through against Bradford City tonight. 15 for Arsenal. And 16 for the 4 times winners Tottenham Hotspur. Jamie, Michael, you ready?
Ready.
Jamie, give the balls a little stir. Give them a proper tickle, away you go.
A bit of a tickle. OK.
You'll be drawing the home sides. Michael, you drawing the away sides. The first one out is...
Number 15.
Number 15 is Arsenal, winners against Port Vale tonight. And won the trophy since 1993. And Michael, they will play...
Number 2.
Which is Brighton and Hove Albion. Remember, 6-0 against Barnsley last night. 12 goals so far in their 2 League Cup ties. Jamie, tie number 2, the home side.
Number 7.
Number 7, Grimsby Town. The story of the League Cup so far, the only remaining League 2 side. And David Artell's side will be playing, Michael.
Number 1.
They will be playing Brentford. So Grimsby Town at home to Brentford. Jamie, tie number 3, the home side.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Swansea City. That's the 2013 winners. They beat Bradford on that occasion through against Nottingham Forest in the 3rd round. And Swansea City will be at home to...
Number 13.
They will be at home to Manchester City. Through against Huddersfield Town tonight, away. And, of course, the 8 times winners last back in 2021. Tie number 4, Jamie, the home side.
Number 14.
Number 14, it is the holders, Newcastle United, through at home to Bradford City tonight by 4 goals to 1. And
Eddie,
Newcastle United home again.
Eddie,
this
be happy.
Time.
Number 16.
They will be at home to Tottenham Hotspur.
What a draw.
The 4 times winners, last coming back in 2008. Tie number 5, Jamie. And playing at home.
Number 11.
Number 11 is Wrexham, who've reached the 4th round for the first time since 77-78. It's a home draw for them.
What about Arsenal?
But who will be coming to the Stock Kairas?
Number 3.
It's not Arsenal. It's an all-Welsh tie. It is Cardiff City at home for Wrexham in the 4th round. Right away we go. The next home team.
Number 8.
Number 8, the record 10 times winners, Liverpool, last season's runners-up in the League Cup. They're at Anfield, once again as they were against Southampton last night, and they will host...
Number 5.
They will host Crystal Palace, who, of course, they meet this weekend, and, of course, are the FA Cup holders. And the home side.
Number 10.
The next tie is number 10, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers, without a single point in the Premier League, but through to the 4th round. But Wolverhampton Wanderers will be at home too, Michael.
Number 4.
They will be at home to the 5 times winners. Chelsea, their last win coming in 2015, through last night, narrowly away to League 1 Lincoln City. And the final tie, and the home side, Jamie.
No balls left.
Don't say. You never say there's no balls left, there's one tie to go.
Number 12.
Number 12, League 1, Wycombe Wanderers. 2 wins out of 2 under their new manager, Michael Duff, and they will be at home to...
Number 6.
They will be at home to Fulham. Semi-finalists for the first time 2 seasons ago, through against Cambridge United. And that concludes the draw for the 4th round of this season's Carabao Cup. Jamie, Michael, super job. Thank you. Let's confirm then those 4th round ties, and they will all get underway the week commencing the 27th of October. So it is an all Premier League tie. Arsenal take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Grimsby's reward for putting out Manchester United and making it through to the 3rd round and being the only League 2 side left. And remember, they knocked out Sheffield Wednesday this round. They're at home to Premier League's opposition, this time in the shape of Keith Andrews' Brentford. Swansea City take on Manchester City. We have the winners from 2013 against the 8 times winners. The holders, Newcastle United. It's an all Premier League tie at home to Thomas Frank's Tottenham Hotspur. Wrexham against Cardiff. My goodness me, what a draw that is. Wrexham from the Championship, Cardiff City, of course, now in League One. It's an all-Welsh tie at the Stock Kairas. The record winners, Liverpool, they're at home to Crystal Palace, the FA Cup holders, who, of course, meet this weekend in the Premier League. Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Chelsea in another all-Premier League tie. And it is Wycombe Wanderers against Fulham. Gentlemen, well, I'm looking at that all-Welsh tie. I'm looking at Newcastle United against Tottenham. Brownie, where are your eyes initially drawn to in terms of ties?
I think Newcastle Spurs is an absolute classic, isn't it? The 2 clubs as well who will actually be going for it. Full-out teams, you would imagine. So exciting. Wrexham Cardiff. I mean, you mentioned, didn't you, in the build-up about the 3 Welsh teams.
Yeah, first time 3 in the 4th round draw.
I don't think it gets better than that.
Jamie, what about you?
Arsenal-Brighton, that's a good game as well. Felt Brighton might have hoped they were going to get a home draw after what was such a good performance yesterday. That's a really good game to look forward to. But like you say, Newcastle-Tottenham, that's a really good match. Both of them won cups last year, full of confidence, and they're going to be wanting to get their hands on another one this season.
Right, we've seen already Arsenal through to the next round with a 2-0 win at Vale Park this evening against Port Vale. Let's get his post-match thoughts now. He's been speaking to David Craig.
Mikel, you said before the game, these types of ties are never easy for big clubs. You have to prepare well, you have to focus well. How well did your side acquit themselves tonight?
Yeah, it is, because the biggest thing that is at stake is your reputation, and that's a big thing. And you know that the moment that you give them something, the crowd is going to be with them, and we try not to give them momentum. We started the game really well, scored the goal, had another 2 big open situations. We didn't manage to do that. And in the second half, especially the first part of it, the moment they start to play direct play, throwing after throwing, start to thread your box, we lacked a little bit of control there. But at the end, with the changes as well, some impact plays coming in as well to win the game.
As you said, it's a difficult place to come, and even though you're a very good side, how crucial is that first goal just to settle things and perhaps settle the crowd in a situation?
It's all about momentum, the thing that they want to generate, and every opportunity that they have, they just play direct and they want to attack your box, and they are really good at it. And it's a game that you have to avoid. It's easier to set it to get it done, because they are really good when they do it. But I think we have moments as well in the game that we were very dominant and very good.
It's a first Arsenal goal for Eberechi Eze. Very important moment for him. How important for you also to see him settling in as quickly as he is?
Well, that's what he's here for, to win football matches and to generate the impact, especially in the last 25-30 meters, with the creativity and the threat that he has. And he should have scored another 2, I think.
You played him in a very central role tonight. A lot of people sense that that's probably where he's most effective. I'm sure you'll have your own opinion. Mm-hmm. What do you make of that performance in that role tonight? Is that the role you see him in first and foremost, or do you see him more flexible?
Depends on the players that he has around him, and as well the opposition. And in certain moments that space was closed, and then we have to move it somewhere else, because what you want to do is find him in the right spaces. That's the most important thing. He's a player that needs to be in touch with the ball. He has to be really connected with the game, and we'll find different ways to do that.
Christian Norgard makes his first start for you as well. How crucial a piece of the jigsaw puzzle is having players like that to turn to, particularly this competition in other games you have coming up?
A joy of a player to have in the squad. Again, not only the quality, but what he brings, his character, his leadership, how much he wants to be a success here, and really happy with them and a lot of players, the 9 changes that we made that haven't played that many minutes.
You had to turn to your bench tonight, and you used your bench well. Is that going to be a big, crucial part now for Arsenal? Do you sense you have that strength in depth to be able to challenge on all fronts?
Yeah, because as well we started with certain players, 5 of them that we knew that could not finish the game. So we were already very restricted with some of the numbers, but they dealt with the situation good. Thankfully, we didn't have to make a sub for different reasons, so that allowed us to make the changes.
Just finally, Bukayo Saka, 60-odd minutes tonight. Was that always the plan, or was it precautionary after he took?
In maximum, we wanted to play in 60 minutes. There's a lot of games coming up now. He comes from an important injury again, and we need to manage his load.
He'll be around for the weekend against Newcastle.
He'll be around, yes.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Jamie, just quickly on the draw that we've just done, because Arsenal will face Brighton at home in the next round. How decent a draw is that for the Gunners, particularly given the fact they're at home?
It's not an easy draw.
No.
Brighton are a great side. They've got a lot of good players. You know, you've seen it again yesterday with the boy they signed. He gets 4 goals. Signs from Inter Miami. They've just got a brilliant scouting system. So there's always some other players that players like. They've got lots of goals in the team. So it won't be an easy game at all. But they'll look at it and think home draw, good draw. And they've got Champions League, lots of games coming up. But the biggest one is next weekend. You know, the weekend coming up against Newcastle. They got bashed up against Newcastle a few times, certainly in this competition, and they've got to make sure they go up there and withstand that pressure. It's a big one.
They have a great record at St James's Park.
They don't, but not many teams do. It's a really hard place to go. Mike and I were just talking about it. They play with such great energy. They make it really difficult for you. With or without Isak, they're still a very tough proposition. So looking forward to that one. They need to get some momentum going. I know.
But looking at that, Brownie, because we've talked a lot about how tough an Arsenal start it has been for them this season. But when you look then at those run of the games, there's an opportunity there, isn't there, to begin to develop some real momentum?
You would think so. I mean, the Champions League does become difficult. Olympiacos, you'd say, yes, they'll be fine. Atletico Madrid. But, you know, I feel like last season I felt like they were really heavy favourites in the Champions League. I felt like they were going to progress. They missed their opportunity. I feel like their recruitment has been good. It will take a little bit of time for them to gel and mix in. The pressure has increased, though, on the whole football club of Mikel Arteta, and that's something just hanging over them slightly. And I feel like he's getting a little bit edgy. He's a little bit nervy. He's normally a little bit more relaxed for me. And he's making different decisions that are not really pleasing everybody.
Have you picked up on Jamie? Because it is so early in the season, is it? We're not in the absolute pressure cooker of the title race beginning to reach a crescendo. But Michael's right, isn't it? There's an edginess to Arteta that we normally see at this stage of a season, or are we being overly analytical?
I have to be honest, I think there's always a bit of an edge to him. You know, I've never really seen him comfortable when I watch him on the sideline. In his technical area, he never stays in it. He's always bouncing around. He's always agitated. I would find it difficult.
I don't mind that, though.
Do you? I don't
because
like
I feel like he's on it. He wants
meant to stay in the technical area.
He does.
No, but they should. They should get booked if they come out of it. That's what they should do.
Well, then it's consistent, but it's never consistent. I think he's done a really good job. I really do. And I feel like it's a little bit harsh on the situation. I know you've got to win at some point, but circumstances don't always help you with that. But I just feel like he deserves a touch more. I do, honestly, I really do.
So why not this?
I think he's getting a touch more. I think he is getting that. I think this year he'll look. But I suppose if you go to Liverpool, your title rivals, you're at home to Manchester City, you don't get the results. You're 5 points behind Liverpool. You're just starting to get a little bit of pressure. That's how it is. Because I think everybody now looks at this squad. He's been given exactly what he wants. They've got strength in depth. They've got players that can come off the bench, good starters. So they feel like they're ready, you know. And I agree, he's done a good job, but he needs to go and win something now. And I think that's the pressure that he's under. But do I see a different Mikel Arteta? No, I don't. I think he's always been like that, and that's what I think that's what makes Arsenal fans absolutely love him. But I think that's what makes him sometimes difficult to watch if you're not an Arsenal fan.
Do you feel like tactically? Do you know we talk about so many times about his tactical awareness? Do you feel like he does overthink it at times, and he does maybe look too far into situations that he doesn't need to? Because
I think that goes for a lot of managers now, though, Michael. I think a lot of managers like to micromanage. They like, tactically, they think, how can we undo the manager and what can we do differently? I thought the weekend, I listened to the guys afterwards and I couldn't agree more. I think with the midfield that he picked and that balance, it was almost like he went in there to make sure they didn't lose, to be good at set pieces, very big midfield. I would love to have seen him go with Eze. And he can turn around and say, well, I want my finishes, I want the players to come on. But when you're equalising with a couple of minutes to go and you're chasing the game, and you can say you controlled the game, you were 1-0 down. So, of course, you're going to have the ball. You're at home. That's what happens. But I feel that they've not perhaps hit the edge. You know, Gyökeres is going to be... He looks
got
like
work
a slow,
to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't worked yet. He hasn't worked for me. You know, he's got a couple of goals against Leeds, but the games like Manchester City, that's what you bought him for. That's the difference maker that you want.
And are you on the same page as Thierry Henry recently said that he has to win something this season, silverware-wise?
I think if he doesn't, I think he comes under enormous pressure. Yeah, and they're not at the moment, because we're so early into the season. But if he doesn't win, then you'd have to say, with another manager, is there anyone else out there that could probably do as well, if not better, with that squad? Because that squad is ready to win. You know, you can't keep throwing money at it, and there'll be other managers out there that I'm sure they'll be looking at thinking, all right, if Mikel Arteta can't do it, there'll be somewhere else. And that doesn't mean to say he's not a good manager. You know, he's obviously shown that in the past. But when you're managing and you're spending the money that you are, one trophy since 2020 isn't big enough, isn't enough for that for the enormity of that team, and they're ready. And they have. And Michael's right to us. Obviously, to a large extent, they've been so unlucky at times. And I think back a couple of years ago when Manchester City went on the most amazing run. I think they won the last 13 games to just pip them at the post. Last year they weren't good enough. Liverpool were too strong for them. But it does feel like this year they've got to get after Liverpool, and they've got to make sure they keep themselves in it. Going to Newcastle the weekend, that feels like one of those games.
You're doing that game, aren't you?
Yeah, you have to win. I feel like you've got to go there and get a win just to keep that momentum up.
Out of that place, St James's Park, that is easier said than done. Right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll reflect more on that fourth round draw, and we'll bring you the other goals from around the other 3 League Cup ties tonight, where it was a case of all 4 Premier League sides through.